Hey Explorers, I'm Jessica, and today on Exploring the Local Life, I wanted to talk about how you can make your RV journey fit you and your lifestyle and what everybody needs in your family. My family and I have been on the road for about 4 years, and there's been kind of an evolution and an ebb and flow to what our RV lifestyle looks like. And when I'm talking about RV lifestyle, I'm talking about whether you're moving around, every day, every 3 days, every 2 weeks, every month, or if you are just stationary or you stay for somewhere for like 3 or 6 months and then you move on somewhere else. So I just wanted to talk about, how to make your RV lifestyle look like whatever you need for your family, for your job purposes, for your retirement purposes, for your financial purposes, whatever you've got going on. When we first started RVing, basically we went from living in a house, and Robert had a job in office that he would commute to, and I was working from home, and the kids were already homeschooling. So we already had that dynamic. But we were feeling like, we wanted to have more time together. We wanted to have less like, oh, I got to mow the lawn and trim the hedges and I have to clean a whole house. And, we were struggling with really finding a balance between working, chores, and, time together. And Robert had a work opportunity that allowed him to work for 4 days and then have 4 days off. So that meant obviously a lot more time together, time to do these other chores, and that really appealed for us. The only thing was that it was not in the state that we were living in, and we kind of had several options. We could either buy a house in the area, rent an apartment, rent a townhome, or we could start full-time RVing. And when we were looking at the costs of getting an apartment or getting a townhouse, it was pretty high. And also we had 2 small children that were going to be home all the time. I was going to be working from home. Plus we had pets, and we didn't know what that was going to look like. Is somebody going to let us stay in their house with all of our pets? What did the pet deposits look like? Everything just kind of started adding up. And because we were going to have these 4 days off, we were thinking, hey, if we got an RV, we could just, we'd be camping like on the days off, or we can go and adventure, So we opted for RVing full time. So we left our house and we moved into an RV. When we first started, we didn't really know what we were doing. And this happens with everybody. You either have, like in our case, since Robert was still commuting to a job, like an actual office job, it looked a little bit different from us. A lot of times when people transition from being in a house and being in sticks and bricks, more traditional living, they kind of start out fast. There's a lot of like, all right, we're going to go see everything. We're going to just like, woo, we're going to hit all the national parks, all the state parks, everything, all the museums, all the stuff. And what tends to happen over time is, you start getting really tired of that, like just the constant moving, the constant going everywhere. It becomes tiring to constantly be moving and moving and moving. You never actually really even get to set up at the RV park or where you're boondocking or wherever you're staying, because you're kind of off to the next place all the time. And that's kind of fun for a while, of course. It's exciting and whatever, but at some point, a lot of people start slowing down. In our case, we never really did that. We never did the really like, oh, we're going to go, because we had Robert's job that kind of kept us in a location that even when we moved around, we still had to be within an hour's drive of his job. Obviously on his 4 days off, we could adventure further, but what ended up happening was, that didn't happen, because he was still working in those 4 days, 40 hours, and he was tired, and we saw the chores, and, we were still kind of like, well, do we then want to go and, treat it as like a weekend, and every weekend we're going somewhere new? That also starts adding up financially. So for us, we had to kind of find, I don't want to call it a balance. I don't like using that word, but it's kind of just a kind of RV lifestyle and flow that worked with us. And it has changed over time. Robert was able to take 6 months off of work a couple years ago, and we did more of the traveling, hitting stuff moving faster. We went from Florida all the way to Maine and back, and we were staying probably no more than 2 weeks at a time somewhere. And there were times we just spend the night, or we just spend a few days. And we were moving still at a slow pace for some people. Some people could have covered a lot more in 6 months, but still, I was still working. We still had, because Robert took the 6 months off, it was just my paycheck. So, we couldn't hit all of the cool, popular, whatever spots all the time. What we did do is we purchased a museum membership that gave us reciprocal membership to other museums. So that way we were able to, I think it was like $150. We purchased this membership, and then we were able to go to all of these different museums along the way, and we didn't have to pay additional for that. So, there's ways of, if you're like, well, I want to travel a little bit more, we still have to work, we are in a budget. There are ways of making that work. And for us, it was buying that membership. It was for us staying at Thousand Trails. We had a Boondockers Welcome membership. We still have it, but we alternated between Boondockers Welcome and the Thousand Trails and some other random kind of boondocking along the way, so that we could, offset the costs, so that we can do everything on a budget, still have fun, still see the States, and, not be broke. And for us, when we started out, we didn't save a bunch of money. We didn't, we hadn't planned this out for years and all this stuff. We just kind of like went for it. So for us, we have to be very careful with our budget. And then we've done some other things, which we're kind of doing now, and we did last year as well. And that's where for about 6 months out of the year, I'm kind of traveling with the kids while Robert is commuting back and forth to work. So what that looks like is me and the kids are in the RV while Robert's working, and then on his days off, he comes back home and we kind of explore the area and we do that. But even though we're exploring the area and we're doing all this stuff, we do it a lot more laid back. Like, our activities aren't like right now we're in the Orlando area. We're not going to Disney like every week, or SeaWorld, or any of those, like none of those things, because those are A, very expensive, and B, everybody and their mother is there right now at Disney, and it is just like, it's just way too much, okay? It's just too much going on. Very stressful, whatever. It's not really like our flow. Not saying that we might not end up at Disney Springs one night, or, checking out the hotels with their lights. Not saying that, but I'm saying that's not like why we're here. We're here to enjoy the warmer Florida temperatures and to hang out with family and friends. And so that kind of changes, what that looks like for us. We're hitting up some historic downtown areas. We're going out for a cup of coffee. We're just going for a walk. We're just kind of enjoying everyday life, but in a new place. And I think if I was, to define our RV lifestyle, would be just normal everyday living, just in an RV, smaller, and, we happen to move around here and there. Before we came to Florida, we were in Colorado from like March until September. So we spent a good 6 months in the state. And out of those 6 months, there were like 5 months where we stayed in the same RV park. Like, we just fell in love with it. So, we just kind of go with what works with what's going on in our lives at the time. And that's why it changes. But, that consistently, like, living a normal life in an RV in different places is more of our speed. And I just want to, the reason I'm doing this video is because I think a lot of people feel like this pressure, or people have this idea in their minds that, we're RV living. That means, we're going to hit all the resorts, or we're going to go to every national park, or we're going to go to all this stuff, or we're going to do whatever. And yeah, maybe you will. Some people do. But, you might start out doing that and realize that doesn't really work with your life. It doesn't really work with the fact that, either you're retired on a budget, or you're still working age, or, you're homeschooling kids, you're working from the RV. Like, that kind of changes the pace and the way that you do this life. And even also, if you're retired and you have tons of money, that totally changes the way you do. You might move around faster. You might hit all those spots, so just do what works for you and your family, for your budget, for where you are in your phase of your life. It's going to make RV living a lot better. And I am also doing this a little bit for myself too, because, sometimes I'm like, hey, I would like to be like in California right now, but I'm not. And I might not get over there for a while. So, kind of enjoying and appreciating where I am right now in this journey. that ebbs and flows and changes. And, you know, my ultimate goal is to be able to travel a lot more, not have Robert work in like an office, and have a lot more freedom in that way. And we're still working our way to that. But enjoying the journey where you are right now, realizing that this RV life, this RV lifestyle, this journey, whatever should be customized to your life. That's part of the freedom of living this way. So I just wanted to throw that out there. And that is another reason why, you know, maybe you're not seeing all these videos of us like going to all these like big spectacular places, because we're not doing that. You know, we're, like I said, going to the local coffee shop, going for a walk down the street, you know, hanging out by the lake, at our campground. You know, it's a lot less grand and, you know, romanticized. Our life is not like that. It's very just formal, just in a tiny space, you know. And yeah, that's all. I just wanted to share that with you. So please let me know, what does your RV lifestyle look like? Either, you know, where you are right now, or if you're just thinking about starting this life, like what are you envisioning? And please just be open to the ebb and flow of like what happens and how it happens, and embrace it, you know. Keep whatever dream you have in mind and just go for it and live it out as it unfolds. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video helped you kind of think about what your RV journey looks like, that RV living is about freedom, and to choose your freedom and to make it yours. Please hit the little bell for subscription and notifications, and don't forget to check us out on exploringthelocallife.com. And a big thanks to our patrons who love us and support us. And if you're interested in finding out more about that, click the P that's going to be coming up to check out our Patreon page. See you later.